In this video, I will show you how to use kind of an amortization schedule, but that sounds complicated. It's actually very simple to use and very insightful. So for example, let's say you have a house mortgage and the current balance is $225. Interest rate is 4% and it's a 15-year fixed rate and you pay 12 times a year monthly payments. This just shows you what your potential payment will be, and let's see. So yeah, it shows you your potential payment and then also what your total interest will be over the life of the loan. And that's one of the most important things to see. It also shows you what your principal payment will be each month and your interest, and you can kind of see how the principal goes up and the interest goes down. Here's the most insightful thing. Two main things. One, this figure here. Over 15 years, you will pay $74,000 on a $225,000 loan. It's extremely high. That's the interest that you'll pay. So I highly recommend. Again, this is another reason to establish a budget and stick to it, because the savings can be drastic if you can become debt free sooner than planned. And here's an example. So let's say you're $74,000. That's what you would pay currently. Now, let's say you got on a budget and stuck to it, and over that period of the loan, you were able to save an extra $100 per month. Okay. So you can see here that because you have $100 saved per month, you saved $6,000 in interest over the life of the loan. That's pretty substantial for just making another extra $100 a month. So review your budget and figure out where you can find an additional $100 a month and apply it to your mortgage. Make sure it goes to the principal. Make sure they don't do any kind of prepaid interest or anything like that. Make sure it's applied to the principal, and you will benefit over the long run by doing that. And the sky's the limit for how much. Well, not completely. The income is the limit, but you do $200 a month, and it keeps bringing the interest down. So take that into account. Recognize the actual cost of your loan is $225 plus $63, so you're actually paying about $288,000 for the house. So understand the actual cost of the interest, and then recognize the benefit of paying an extra $200 a month, and how much that will save you in interest. I have a house one for this. I've got a car loan and a student loan and a credit card. They're all basically the same. Just manipulate the figures to fit your situation and work towards budgeting additional money to pay off your debt, and you'll find that it's extremely beneficial financially. So I highly recommend doing that, and that's one of the budget is not necessarily a get out of debt tool. I think it can be used as that, but budgeting is a wealth building tool, and becoming debt free is a step on the road to building wealth. And you can use this system to become debt free, but that's not the end goal. Debt free, it's one of the goals. It could be your goal, but the main overall goal is to build wealth. So saving $6,000, saving $10,000 by paying your mortgage off sooner is a great step on the road to building wealth. And I'm not going to run the math here, but if you think about if you save that money on interest, that's just saving the interest. If you invested that interest and made 7%, then your savings / earnings would be even higher over a period of 15 years. So it's a double benefit. You get to save the interest, plus if you invested the interest, you potentially could earn additional amounts on that. So something to keep in mind. Be aware of what your house is actually costing you, and work towards paying off your debt as soon as possible. And not just financially, but becoming debt free is a is valuable on the mental side of things as well. Peace of mind. Your house is safe once it's paid for. No one can take it from you. And that's a big plus. And so some people say, well, hey, I can invest more in the market. I can invest the money in the market and make more money. Yeah, maybe you can. The markets are risky. Returns are not guaranteed, and you might lose your money. Paying off your house, you may not make as much money. Your interest rate might be lower on the house, and you could make, so let's say your interest rate is 3% and you can make 7%. Well, that's potentially, but you're not factoring in risk in the stock market side, nor are you factoring in the peace of mind, non-financial measurement of being debt-free and owning your house outright. That's big, and I think you'll find it more beneficial to own your house outright than invest in the stock market initially. At some point, I think investing in the market is fine once you've paid off your debt, but I think you'll be better off in the long run by paying off your mortgage first and then investing. So that's my thought on that.